think. Anyway, October. So I'm making this quick video. I'm actually on my way to a meet, and I'm trying out a new camera, and I'm hoping that this is gonna give me a much better, quality when it comes to, audio and video. And I've used this once before, and I forget which video it was, but I decided to go ahead and try this again, just to see if it does better. And it has a couple of other features like noise cancellation and whatnot. So getting on to the topic of this video: shady business practices and companies. And for the purposes of this one video, I'm going to go ahead and focus on one company at the moment, because I noticed this as I was working on a co-worker's laptop. Microsoft, you sorry sons of bitches. Okay, context. A co-worker of mine, came up to me, "Hey Eddie, I got this computer, I can't get to the hard drive anymore, something happened, can you take a look at it, troubleshoot it, get back to me, let me know, what's going on?" So I said, all right, sure. Bottom line, the boot manager wasn't loading right. It must have gotten corrupted, or the system reserve, which is what holds the image or your backup to boot your operating system and your profile and whatnot every time you turn on the computer. And something happened there. I tried to check disk. I tried to, or I scanned the disk, tried to fix it. Nothing was working. It wouldn't let me, boot from the, operating system disk, and it just nothing was working out. So in any case, I got everything working. To make the story short, I got everything to work, and I just ended up, saving all his personal data into an external hard drive, and then wiping the hard drive, and then loading a fresh version of Windows 10 to his hard drive, to his laptop. So here's what happened. I said, all right, well, let me be nice enough. I'm going to go ahead and make all the appropriate updates, all the Windows updates, security updates, so on and so forth. So when he gets his laptop back, it'll be all set. He doesn't have to do anything. Well, here's what happened. Microsoft, with the exception of 10. Alright, so quick edit. I just said that all operating systems, with the exception of Windows 10, what I meant to say was that with the exception of Windows 7, Windows 8, basically anything prior to 10, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this, and I'll go back to the original video. Thank you guys. They embedded a lot of programs into the operating system that you cannot turn off, or you cannot disable, which I guess would be the same thing. But turning off would mean that you can do, temporarily turn off, it'll come back on. Disable, you just, permanently, do that until, again, you enable it. It just doesn't do it by itself, or some other function of a software that turns it on. Well, here's what happened. Windows Defender, Cortana, Internet Explorer, whatever the fuck they're calling, the new Internet Explorer. It's so heavy depending on the operating system that when you try to disable it, it won't let you. There was one update, right, where when I first started working with that fresh install, right, it was kind of on this base, the base installation, and you could do anything you wanted to the registry and to the services when it came to Cortana and Windows Defender, Windows Update. You could go ahead and change those so that you could go ahead and disable them. They won't turn back on, blah, blah, blah. Well, here's what happened. When I did one particular update, I don't remember what it was. I think it was either the second or the third one. All of a sudden, those, as an example, Windows Update, under the services, when you go to Windows Update after this particular Microsoft update, it grays out. It grays out the stop function to, one, stop the program, but it also grays out the feature or the drop-down menu to disable it. It also does that for other services and Cortana. Now, I hope a representative from Microsoft is watching this, or somebody from Microsoft is watching this, or just somebody important enough to do something is watching this, because as a consumer I am very well aware, camera work, as a consumer I am very well aware that when I buy that product, it is meant to be used in a particular way. But on an operating system that is installed on a personal machine, and the owner of that machine, for all intents and purposes, is the administrator. And when you're talking about administrative level access, it means you should have access to every component of the operating system. Microsoft, why in the fuck, as a administrator, can I not turn off the Windows Update function? Why is it that you have chosen to go ahead and gray out the turn off Windows Update, grayed out the functionality of being able to disable Cortana? I don't want that shit. If I want to use those services, it should be up to me. That's why you have administrators. I want to know, how in the fuck does Microsoft get away with disabling or graying out features that a administrator / owner should be able to use when buying that product? I want that motherfucking answer to be, or that motherfucking question to be answered, because as a administrator on my own computer, I should be allowed to do whatever in the hell I want without you telling me, oh, well, we do it for a particular reason. That is bullshit. You should not be in control of what I do on my desktop, and you should not be telling me what services to use. If I don't want to use Cortana, I should not be made to use Cortana. If I don't want my computer to update, I should not be made to update my computer. If I don't want to use Internet Explorer, I should not be made to use that. If I don't want to use OneDrive, that piece of shit cloud computing crap, I should not be allowed to use it. Microsoft, you need to get your shit together, because I believe that it should be against the law for you to disable features on a product that a administrator has the rights to use. And for the purposes of this conversation, administrator means the owner of that license. Why in the fuck does Microsoft get away with this is beyond me. Anyway, guys, moving on to something else. If you are using a Microsoft-based operating system, which I'm gonna venture to say most of us do, because it is the most widely adopted platform, especially for gaming. You cannot game on Linux, and if you can, it's very limited. And Mac, I'm not entirely sure about Mac. I don't own a Mac. I don't mess around with Mac, so I don't know how all that works. But the point is that when you want to play video games, or just have an operating system, you have to use Microsoft, because it, again, is the most widely used operating system. When buying a license, listen to me, people, be very, very cautious of Windows 10. Even though it is the latest and greatest, be very cautious of it. As a matter of fact, this is what I would do, and I just did this to my computer at home. I noticed that I was about to receive, like, I installed Windows 10, right? I noticed that I was about to receive an update that I did not want to update. I did not want to have that particular update be installed on my hard drive, my profile. So what did I do? I turned off the computer, so then that way, and then they don't even give you the option. They don't even give you the option when you hit that power button, it just is shut down and update and shut down, or update and restart. It doesn't even give you the option to just be able to turn off or restart the computer without stopping the update. So this is what I did. I turned off, I pushed the button, turned off the computer, right? When it booted back into the operating system, now something did happen, something did update, but it was a very minor update. What I did was that before I gave Microsoft the chance to go ahead and make this update, I went into the services, I disabled the Windows update, or I stopped the service, then I disabled it, right? Now, I went to go turn off the computer or do a restart so that those changes will be saved, but it still said update and power down or update and restart. Well, here's the thing. Don't do any one of those. Open back up the settings menu, go to your Windows update, and then click check for updates. What's going to happen is that it's going to try and reach out to the server to retrieve updates, and then the service, since it's disabled, you'll get not an error message, but you'll basically get an error code saying, hey, could not reach out to Microsoft's servers to retrieve updates. At that point, you close that out, and when you hit the power button again, it'll just be a sleep, power off, and restart. People, be very, very cautious with Windows 10. I'm going to make another video about all the different shady things that I've been seeing and reading and experience for myself, because the general public should know that even though you bought that license key for that operating system, your data, your personal files, your personal pictures, your personal whatever, it's not really yours. It's being sent to Microsoft and it's being stored at their servers for their use. Now, they could go ahead and say all day long, hey, we can't access somebody's files or anything without a key. You would have to go to the desktop and actually retrieve a key. That is bullshit. And I'm going to tell you why. Because as a company, there is no way I am going to incorporate a feature that gathers a whole bunch of data and not be able to view that data. Why? Because if somebody commits a crime and that company cannot, Apple, that company cannot unlock those files for the police or federal government via a subpoena, your ass is fucked. You have to comply. So one of two things happen. Either one, you're able to unlock the feature, or two, you just don't incorporate it, at which point when they give you a subpoena, well, I'm sorry, we don't gather the data. Be fucking smart and don't keep shit that could be subpoenaed, just because, somebody committed a crime. And I'm not advocating on commission of crimes. What I'm saying is that the cops and the federal government should have to come to me to collect evidence. You should not be able to go to someone else and get the evidence. That's all I'm saying. It is a privacy thing. It is a privacy thing. Again, if you're doing shady shit, that's on you. When you get caught, then you just got caught. But again, I am not in the belief that, okay, we're going to issue out a subpoena and we'll just get it from Microsoft. We don't need you. The hell is that? People, protect yourself, protect your files. If you have to keep something, use external hard drives. I can't express this enough. You have to be careful with Windows 10. In any case, this video is already almost 15 minutes long, and it was just one long ass rant. But again, I've worked in a security background. That's my job is in security. I have a personal belief that everyone is entitled to their privacy, and allowing a company like Microsoft to take your data and store it elsewhere is not privacy. People, be smart and protect yourselves. To end this video, I am gonna go to the meet. I'm gonna take more shots and whatnot, and that's gonna be on a separate video about how the meet go. In the meantime, have a good afternoon, and remember to always dream big. Have a good one, guys.